Hello beautiful people, my name is Bridget and welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having a lovely day, and today I'm going to be ranking my 10 newest makeup products in my collection. Now usually this kind of video is like with my 10 newest like palettes, right? But I haven't really been buying too many like regular palettes and everything, so today I thought we'd switch it up and rank my 10 newest like things of makeup in my collection. This is ranging from foundations, eye stuff, palettes of course, foundations, stuff like that, blushes, all that. So yeah, we're gonna rank the 10 newest things in my collection. We have some good things as well as some kind of like and like meh kind of things. So let's go ahead and get started. Really quickly though, I do have a quick shout out for my small business, theopencrypt.com, where my beautiful planchette cat earrings are from today. We also released some new cult inspired stickers from the Heaven's Gate cult, Heaven's Gate Away team. And we also have some brand new charm bracelets that I'm like, you know, trying to figure out which kind of charms go best on there. Right now we have a cemetery charm bracelet with bats and gravestones, which I think is cute. And if you want to see other ones, I'll be happy to do those as well. So let's get started with this ranking. Now we're going to start at the least favorite at number 10 all the way up to the favorite. So coming in at the number 10 spot, I really wanted to like this product. It's not something I typically reach for, but I really liked the like electric blue color of this. This is the Urban Decay eyeshadow stick in the color Chaos. I wanted like something electric blue like this for my lower like eyeshadow. I thought maybe I could do my lower eyeshadow as well as maybe smudge it a little bit into my waterline. Even though it was an eyeshadow stick, I thought maybe I could do both with it. And my lower eyeshadow was still my eyeshadow, so I thought it would work. But it doesn't really glide over the skin like I wanted. It is a big, thick crayon eyeshadow stick consistency. I was like, this is perfect. I could smudge all my lower eyeshadow, maybe even out with like a little faux wing with the eyeshadow stick. It just doesn't really glide over my skin very well. Swatching it out, that's what one swatch looks like, and then if I rub it to build up the color, it still doesn't get really to this electric blue. Like, it's a pretty blue, but it's more baby blue. And when I put it on top of my skin where I have lines and it's not perfectly flat like my hand, it doesn't really do the best. And also when I use it and I'm trying to build up color, it just kind of looks crappy. So this was kind of a dud for me. These are expensive. You can find them at Nordstrom Rack though, in some colors, not all the colors. But I just don't love it. Next up, Colourpop released some new blushes and highlighters and bronzers and stuff. So I have one of their new highlighters and I wanted to love this. Like, they have their Super Shocks and they're like staples and everybody loves them, but they're more of a cream product and I use a lot of powder products. Let's be real. I want to try more creamy stuff. I want to do more dewy skin, but I tend to lead towards powders for my everyday. What is this? What's going on here? So anyways, I got one of the new highlighters here. This is the one called Cold One. Cold One is just an icy off-white highlighter, which is like my go-to thing. You know, I love those. And I'm wearing it today. But as we can tell, it doesn't really like, it gives me a little bit of something here. But as far as like a beautiful highlighter, like it doesn't really do much. So let's give it a finger swatch so you can see it. It already has hard pan. I've only used it like 3 times on the top. And so on my finger it looks really shiny, but even just like applied directly to the hand, that looks good. But when it's diffused with a brush, like, no. Like a direct finger to skin swatch looks nice, but diffused on a brush, it doesn't really do much. Like, it does a little, right? I wanted more. I just wanted more from it. At the number 8 spot now, I was gifted the Glamlite and Chucky collection, and I'm super grateful for that. So let's not act like I'm not, because I am. But the Chucky blush duo kit, I thought these were just like, these are awfully close to the same shade. Why would they put 2 shades in here that are awfully the same? Well, that's because they are the same shade. There was some kind of issue with like licensing or something, or something on the Chucky end, not Glamlite's end, didn't like the 2 shades they picked. So they ended up putting 2 of the same shades in here. And for that reason, I think it's weird that it's even sold as a duo, because it's a duo of the same thing. I think it's weird. I know they're making the best out of a bad situation. Like, the first thing didn't work out, and why waste all this packaging and materials and stuff? But I just think it's kind of odd, and like, I don't know, it feels like a big thing for technically one eyeshadow, but I do enjoy the packaging, so I had to put it a little higher on the list because it does work. The blush is really pretty, but like, it's 2 of the same thing. Coming in at the number 7 spot now, we have a new concealer from Huda Beauty. This is their new faux filter concealer in the shade Whipped Cream. This is a luminous matte, which doesn't really make sense. Luminous matte concealer, it says. This is the shade Whipped Cream. Like I said, it is When you see the swatches online, it didn't prepare me for how light this is. Like, it's really light. It is my concealer today. My issue is for the price tag, for it being a high-end concealer, I feel like it doesn't cover my blue. I feel like it does a good amount of concealing. It's a good concealer, but like as far as discoloration, I can see a lot of the blue coming through, and with a lot of my good this price point concealers, I don't need to color correct. So the shades are off when you get them in person compared to what you see online, and then it's not the best concealer for the price tag, so it's lower on the list, although I have been using it mixed in with a different concealer, so it's not so drastically light. Today I'm just wearing that light concealer to show you what it looks like, but typically I've been mixing it with another one that's not the weird color. Number 6 now is the new Sigma Beachy palette we have here. I love these little palettes. They're convenient. You know, I don't have to think about it because there's only so many shades here. This one's lower on the list because I'm tired of pops of blue. And this doesn't really read as beachy. However, I was like suckered in by this green and these gold. Like, these are really pretty. I like the browns in here. I've used it. We did a Get Ready With Me where I used this on my eyes. I thought this was really cute, but not the most creative color scheme in the world, and that's why it's lower on the list. We are flying through this video. I don't know what it is. We're flying through it. So next up at the number 5 spot, we're already halfway through the list. Number 5 spot, we have the KVD Good Apple Serum Foundation. I have a full review of this. I'll leave the review link down below for you. We can see this tried on. Now, this is a pretty good, summarizing the review for you. This is a pretty good foundation, right? I'm wearing it today as just my foundation. I'm only wearing a pump and like a little, like a pump and a quarter of it, you know? And I think it's really nice. It does a great job of canceling out all my redness. However, if you have any dry spots on your face, prepare to enhance. And I feel like the longer I wear this foundation, the less I like it. I do like it when I first apply it as long as my face isn't super dry. However, the longer I wear it, I feel like it's sinking into my lines and any like parts of my face that are dry-ish. So, you know, it could be better. However, when I first put it on, I think it looks really beautiful and I keep reaching for it, so clearly I don't dislike it that much. Oh, and for reference, I am in the shade Light 006. Again, a very fair shade. I don't know what it is, me picking 2 light shades. I feel like because my face and my neck and everything are very fair and then my hands are really tan, I never know what shade I actually am. Like, I feel like I should match it to my neck, not my hands. It's such a difference, you know? At the number 4 spot now, we have another one of new Sigma palettes because they're super cute. So this is the Earthy palette. Now, I've only used this once because it came broken. I had to repress this shade, which was really easy, you know, just some alcohol and paper towel, press it, you're good. But I really like the color scheme here. I think it's nice, easy breezy. You have a little bit of like, you could go orangey gold with it, or you could use the green. The green is a little out of place in here, but it just looks really beautiful. And the color scheme is like an everyday friendly, but I can make something kind of interesting. Like, I can go very fair with a champagne light easy look, or I can kind of deepen it up with a darker shade, or add a little bit of like a warm color to it. I just think it works, and you know, the time I used it so far, I really enjoyed it. So yeah, really pretty. I also think the shimmers in here are prettier than the shimmers in the Beachy palette we talked about a minute ago. So this one is higher on the list because I think I'm gonna get a lot of use out of it. Number 3, I technically have 2 of these to show you, but it's in the same like category of same type of thing, just 2 different shades. So we're gonna lump it into number 3 together. And these are the new Colourpop shadows. These colors remind me, they're not shadows, they're blushes. They remind me a lot of the like Valentine's Day collection they had that was in like a heart packaging. But these are colors I think they already have, but they're in new packaging now. So these are the 2 shades I have. We have Why Hello, which is more of a nudie pink, and we have Sassy Pants. Why Hello is the one I'm wearing today. I don't know if we can really tell. I didn't go heavy on the blush because I had such a heavy eye look. But I really like these matte blushes. I love a dewy blush, but sometimes when I'm applying a dewy blush, it doesn't apply evenly. So, you know, a matte blush is like a steady go-to, then you put highlighter on top of it and it works out fine. So here are the 2 shades. I love them. I think they're really nice. They're easy to build up if you want a lot of coverage, but when you first dip into the pan and apply it, you go really light and it looks really nice too. So you don't need all the shades of this like new drop of blushes. I say maybe 2 or 3, because the lighter you go, you get less coverage with it, and they're really beautiful and versatile colors. Like, they don't have any colors in that collection that are really off-putting, so I just feel like they work for a lot of people. And again, it's so easy to control like the pigmentation of these, so I like that a lot. Number 2 spot is the Chucky in collaboration with the Glamlite palettes, or I guess it's Glamlite in collaboration with Chucky because Glamlite did the work for it, you know? They just got the licensing for the Chucky thing. This palette is so pretty. It's what's on my eyes today. I don't really live for my eye look today, but I think it's just because I haven't worn makeup in a couple days and now my face is like, what are you doing? So here is the Crazy in Love palette. I think it's so pretty. I love anything with a Tiffany theme, you know? If we see Tiffany, she's back there. But this palette is beautiful. I love the shades in here. I will say that maybe there's a couple shades I would switch out because a lot of them are kind of similar, like kind of a red beige, like a really grungy red. But I like those shades. They're kind of a red or purple tone to them. I think they're beautiful. I love the shimmers in here. I do think they have better shimmers as far as like their metallic-y beautiful shimmers in other palettes. But it like, everything works, everything blends together so nicely, and I've been enjoying it, obviously. I'd reached for it today before I even like ranked these things in my mind. I love it. I love it. I do feel like there's a lot of red purple, but it works for the theme. Coming in at the #1 spot now, this palette, there's a lot of Sigma in this video, so I apologize about that. It's a lot of Sigma and Colourpop, but you know, it is what it is. This palette is so pretty. I'm not like super familiar with the person behind this collaboration, but you know, I looked her up on Instagram after this palette came out because it's impressively beautiful and it's just so versatile. And this is the Ann Nook palette, the On Nook palette from Sigma. It's absolutely beautiful. I do think that the packaging box that this came in was prettier than the actual front of this palette itself. But this is such a good everyday palette. Like, you can go fun colors in here. You can go warms, whether it's a burnt red or like an orange or a yellow. You could also go cool tone with this really light gray and white like color scheme here. I think it's really pretty. The shimmers in here are metallic. They're beautiful. They're not as, I guess, soft, creamy, like easy to apply with your finger as like a Glamlite shadow. However, they are really metallic and they're really pretty either way. And then the color scheme in here is just popping. Like, I don't use the pinky purpley row, right, because it's not really my vibe, but if I wanted to, the option is here. There's so many things you can do with this palette. I think it's really beautiful. Like, you could take like the icy white shimmer here, pair it with that pink, and that's like a whole vibe. It'd be really pretty. So I love the versatility in here. I love there's a staple white and a staple black shade in here, so you can mix and match whatever shades you want. So yeah, you can do a really grungy like dark blue here. This was the palette that made me want to use the #10 thing, the eyeshadow stick, because I wanted to use, like, I really wanted to use these blues with that as like an eyeshadow stick for my lower lash line. It didn't work out, but this palette makes me want to try different things. It makes me feel happy to do my eyeshadow, and it's like the best of a couple palettes that I love. Like, I love the Rust Melt palette. I love the Star Wedding one from Jeffree. I love the Cremated palette for the really light silvery shades from Jeffree as well, and this gives me what I want. Does it have as many like the gray grungy shades? No, but like I can get the gray shades, I can use the black and make what I want out of it. Like, it's a really well done palette, and I just really love it. And I'm not saying that because I have an affiliate code with Sigma. I don't even care if you use it. I'm just saying I really like how this palette's put together. It's really pretty. Anyways, you guys, that is it for today's video. I know it was short and sweet. I've been kind of like out of my normal routine for a few days. I was having a couple of health problems over the weekends that didn't allow me to like work. So I'm trying to get back in the swing of things now that we're back to normal. And thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your favorite thing or least favorite thing. You can tell me some crappy products down below that you've been loving lately. And honestly, all these things aren't all new releases, you know? Like, the eyeshadow stick's not a release, it's just new to me. And I like to see things that have been out for a while. They're still being produced, that people are enjoying for the first time. It's interesting. So thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a lovely day and stay safe out there wherever you are. Okay, bye guys.